If you search the word courage on any search engine, one of the first things that you'll see is people conquering danger, jumping over chasms, or maybe facing their fears. But what if I tell you that courage is not only that? If we look at the dictionary, courage is defined as the willingness to confront or face your fear. So in this case, it makes sense that the first images that you see is people jumping over chasms or taking and facing dangerous things. However, a lot of these things are generalized. If we think about it, how often are we actually faced with the need to jump over a chasm? Majority of the people are not required to jump over chasms or face extreme danger on a daily basis, unless this is part of your job, which most likely you are the minority of people. The vast majority of people are not faced with these situations on a daily basis. However, I wouldn't say that they are not courageous. It's often perceived for us to be courageous, we need to accomplish heroic feats. For us to be a firefighter, for example, or someone who is helping other people and putting their life at risk. However, there are many more situations where we're faced with danger or fear and our life is not at stake. The stakes are much lower, and these situations are far more frequent in our lives. Think of the people who show up to their job, who feed their family, who continue to go and do something that is very difficult for them. Think of the farmers, or the people working in the police force, or people working very difficult and laborious jobs. Think of the farmers, or a parent who's showing up to work to feed their family and pay rent. This also takes courage, and this also takes perseverance and strength. So courageousness is not always when our lives are at stake. Sometimes it's the minor things that we do throughout the day, and keep on at it and try to do our best. My understanding of courage is, if you keep doing something, despite the many reasons that you can think of, come up with, or hear from others that it's not worth it. If you know that this is something you need to do or want to do, not because someone else told you so, but because you have this innate desire within you to keep pushing, keep doing it, and doing all the best that you have within your power to do this. This is really what I see as courage. What are the enemies of courage? I would say perfectionism. Very often, if we want to do something, we have this fear that it will not be perfect. It will not be the best way that we can do it. So this stays deep within us and pushes us away from actually following through and doing the things. So next time you see someone going to their job, doing the thing over and over again, no matter how mundane it might seem, they are courageous. And if you have a job or something that you're doing over and over again and keeping at it, you're also being courageous and strong. And I really entice you to look at it in a different perspective. We might often say, if you don't take huge risks, you're not courageous. Or if you don't get into a burning building to save someone else's life, you're not courageous. There's many other ways that courageousness can be expressed, such as showing up and keep on doing the things that you have to do, that you feel that you have to do. There are a few different ways that you can build courage, but the most consistent one is definitely starting small. What is the minimum possible thing that you can do? How to progress one step at a time? Because you can't think that running into a burning building is the best way to build courage. However, it's not sustainable in the long run. If you can start small with the things that you want to be courageous at, best start with the minimum possible thing that you can do, and then build from there on more and more, and improve that. Have in mind that building courage is not easy. It's a very long and arduous process of you trying over and over and over again. The fear never really goes away, but it becomes more of a background hum rather than an impassable wall in front of you. So I encourage you to try out something that you know you can do and build more from there. Appreciate yourself, appreciate you being courageous, appreciate you going through with the things that you need to do, because this is how you build more and more courage. Would you say that you are courageous? Would you say that there are moments where you felt like you have courage in your life? I would love to hear more. Share them in the comments down below. And if you're interested to see the next video, click over here and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this. Thank you and have a great day.